Hey guys, Paul here with Gear Test TV, and today I'm going to be reviewing a piece of gear that has really made me a much brighter person. Really, I'm not anywhere near as bright without it. So as you guys know, our channel is primarily focused on outdoor gear, but of course our channel wouldn't even be possible if it wasn't for the video gear that allows us to film these episodes. So today we're going to be reviewing a piece of video gear, and this is the Genaray SpectroLED Essential 500 LED light. This is what I primarily use as my key light whenever I'm filming these videos. So if you notice that the lighting on me doesn't look as good as it typically does right now, it's because I'm typically counting on this guy, and instead I have just a little small LED light behind the camera right now. But the Essential 500, it's a 500 LED dimmable panel, so it's dimmable from 0 to 100%. It also has on the back, you can see here, there's a dimmer on the top, and that is your brightness. And then it also has a color dimmer. So this is a dual color LED panel. So it has both cool white and warm white LEDs, and you can change the color temperature anywhere from 3200 Kelvin to 5600 Kelvin, which is great for matching other lights that you may have around you. I know that I've run into situations before where I had a lot of other lights in the room and I needed to match whatever those lights were. Being able to adjust your color temperature is awesome, especially if you're a run and gun filmmaker. This light panel also comes with this light filter, which just diffuses the light a bit, keeps it from being quite as harsh. And there are a couple little tabs on the side of the frame, so the filter just kind of pops on just like that. Now the big question that everyone always has about LED panels is, how is it powered? Well, the great thing about this light is that it comes with the AC adapter, which also has a pretty long cord, which is helpful. So you can plug it into a wall. You don't have to worry about batteries running out or charging batteries beforehand. 99% of the time when I use it, I have it plugged in, which is great. But you also have the option to battery power it with the Sony NP-F style batteries. So I did a quick battery test with it just to kind of see how long it would run on a battery. And I put two 2600 milliamp batteries on it, which one thing to note is that it will not run off of just one battery. It has to have two batteries connected in order for it to have power. But I connected two 2600 milliamp NP-F batteries, and I turned it on high on the dimmer, and then I also balanced the color right in the middle, so it was essentially using as much power as you could possibly draw with this light. Then I set a timer on my phone, and I kept checking the little battery indicator on the back here, and I was able to get about an hour runtime out of two 2600 milliamp packs on this light, which typically you probably want to use some batteries that are a little bit larger than that, closer to 3,000 or 4,000, even more than that possibly. But for two 2600 milliamp packs running for an hour, I really think that that's not too bad considering you're powering 500 of these LEDs. Another cool feature about this light panel, if you notice here, it has these two plugs on the back. And that's for basically if you have multiples of these light panels, you can link them together in a daisy chain setup, which basically means if you have several of these set up for a studio or whatever video shoot you're doing, you can connect them all together and control them all just from one panel. That way you don't have to go around to each individual panel and match them all separately. You can just turn the knob on the master panel and change the color on all of them at the same time. So the next thing that I'll talk about with this LED panel is the mounting options. You can see this Y bracket here that it comes mounted on. It has these two bolts on the sides that you can loosen to tilt up or down. It gives you the ability on the bottom here to mount it to a C-stand, which is how I typically use it. But it also has a 1/4-20 mount on the top and on the bottom here as well if you need to mount it to other stands or for whatever reason you want to take it off of the Y mount. But it also has these two slots on the top and then on the bottom as well. And if you notice these brackets here, those are made so that you can stack multiples of these on top of each other. So you can stack, I believe, as many as 3 and make essentially one large LED panel. So I'll turn it on using this knob at the top, which is the main dimmer, and I'll go ahead and turn it all the way up to 100% there. And then I can use this bottom knob to change the color temperature all the way from, again, 5600 Kelvin down to 3200 Kelvin. And if I spin this around here where you can just barely see the rows of LED lights, you'll see that there are rows of cool white LEDs, and then there are the rows of warm white LEDs, which that just means that the LED panel is going to be at its brightest when the color is balanced right in the middle. That means it's going to be using all of the LEDs on the light panel. So I've been using this LED panel for about 2 months now, and I have really enjoyed using it to film my videos because just this one light is plenty bright as my main fill light. I can color balance it to whatever other color lights I might be using at the time. Because it uses LEDs, it does not get hot, so I'm not sweating in the middle of videos. I can use wall power or battery power. It just gives me a lot of versatility. And also, as you can see, it really doesn't take up much space, which is great since I tend to film in small rooms like this. So if you're looking for an LED panel for your videos or photography, I would definitely recommend checking out the Genaray lights. You can find them on the Genaray website or on B&H. If you have any questions about this light, be sure to leave them in the comments section below. And until next time, guys, get in gear and go outside.